Hello everyone, welcome back to Believers IAS Academy, Bengaluru. This is hot topic of the day session. In this session, we'll be discussing very important topics. And today's topic is Indian University Rankings in QS World University Rankings 2026. We will see what this QS University ranking is, what is the performance of India in this one, how did it improve, and where did it fare well and where it faltered. Okay, everything will be discussed today. So, for the context, in the recent report, India has achieved a milestone with 54 universities. Very significant growth from the Indian perspective. Okay, 54 universities featured in top 1500, which is an increase from 11 in 2015, almost an increase of 390%. Okay, a significant improvement is there. The top ranked Indian institutions were IIT Delhi at rank 123, followed by IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, and rounded up by IISc Bangalore. And there were new entrants include prominent private institutions, very important private institutions are also making the list, such as Ashoka University, Shiv Nadar Institute of Eminence, reflecting a broader base of recognized quality, and also Anna University. Okay, so obviously there are improvements. However, of the 1500, only 54 are there. If you are looking at this perspective, of the 1500 in the world, only 54 universities are there in 1500. So there obviously is a faltering. There are obviously some issues. Before that, what is this QS ranking parameter? What is QS? QS is Quackerdelli Simons, which is a company based in London, UK. They do these rankings of higher education. Okay, so this Quackerdelli ranking parameter is based on 8 parameters, of which 3 were added newly. These 3 were, we'll explain now. First one is the academic reputation, weightage is 30%, research impact, that is citations, which is 20%, and then there is employer reputation, which is 15%. Next, international faculty and students, which is 10%. Then student to faculty ratios, which is part of the campus environment, and then international research network 5%, graduate employment rate 5%, and campus sustainability 5%. These 3 were the newly added parameters. Okay, as a result, India fared well. Now, so India's education improved. Before this, we have to see like performance of other universities around the world. The first position was held by Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the USA, which came first for the 14th consecutive year. 14th consecutive year, followed by Harvard of USA, then Oxford of UK, then Cambridge, etc., etc. Okay, so these are the ranking parameters, and some of the trends of this year was that Asia performed really well. Okay, Asia performed really well, which was mainly contributed by, obviously Asia's performance is very important, which around 390 institutions out of 1500 were from Asia only, which overtook Europe. And as a country perspective, USA had the highest number of universities with 192 universities. Okay, and highest university increase was from China. Okay, China also had some around 110 universities in the list. Okay, out of 390 Asian universities, 110 were contributed by China, 54 by India, and then Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, etc. made the list. So these are the trends. Now about India's improvement. Is Indian education, higher education, improving? From the report, it is obvious that yes, it is improving. That the improvements are visible in following aspects. That is, there is better faculty student ratio in the top private universities, such as Ashoka, with 11.5:1. That is, for every 11.5 students, there is 1 faculty. Imagine. Then there is a rising emphasis on research at IITs, IISERs, and allied private institutions. Then growing international collaborations, student exchanges, and diversified student cohorts. All these are improving the rankings as well. And then very important aspect, that is increasing industry linkages and placement infrastructure even in public universities. Okay, this, that is the academia industry linkage, is very important, not only from the perspective of higher education but also from the perspective of Indian economy. Okay, for any economy to grow, that for any GDP to be growing high at a higher rate, this industry academia linkage becomes very important. Okay, that the skill sets of the modern economy are filled up by the industry, filled up by the academia. Okay, only then GDP growth can be seen. Then implementation of National Education Policy 2020 is promoting integration of research with the teaching. So this is one of the advantages of National Education Policy of 2020. However, there are issues that still persist in India. What are the challenges still faced? That is low international diversity, both students and faculty, especially in public universities. And then faculty recruitment policies in public universities hinder hiring of global talent. And then research output from many traditional universities remain very modest. Okay, so one of the chief criteria for to be hired as a faculty in important universities like MIT, Harvard, etc., is that the faculty must have at least certain research output, must have certain IPRs, must have certain citations, only then they are hired. That is not the case in Indian universities, most of the Indian universities. Okay, then employment outcomes and alumni engagement still underdeveloped in non-professional colleges. Okay, so employment outcomes, though it is improving, but not at the uh, level of the other universities which are in the list. And also this aspect, that is alumni engagement. Alumni engagement is very significant aspect, that in India what happens here is many of the students are just eager to get out of the college. Okay, once they get out of the college, they don't even face their face into college again. But that is not the proper way to be followed, because the alumni play a very significant role, because they will be earning monies, because they will be at a good position, they can have the connections, they can contribute to the colleges as well. But that is not happening in all the colleges in India. Then environmental sustainability measures are often overlooked in campus infrastructure. Okay, so in India, one of the drawbacks of education is that they don't see education as a means. Okay, they don't see education as a means, but rather they see it as a ends. Okay, the ends has become that just getting the degree. How do you get the degree? What practices do you follow? Whether it is environmental sustainable, whether it is fair, whether there is no malpractices, that is not considered in most of the universities. The only ends are considered, such as achieving the degree. So much so that the degree has become an ornamentation. Okay, it has resulted in ornamentation of degrees. Okay, just that you have completed the college, just that you have completed the university, and you have a particular degree, but they are not going to use the degree to get a job. Instead, they are going to use it as a jewelry. Okay, that is the one of the ill effects of Indian education system in higher education especially. Then, so if these are the challenge, how do you address it? How can Indian education or universities improve further? Whatever the issues Indian universities are facing, they should be addressed individually. First is enhancing research culture, that is promote faculty-led original research within universities, not just in research institutions. Okay, not just in research institutions like IISc, IISc, etc., etc., but also in public universities as well. Then build international research collaborations and publish in reputed journals. And improving student faculty ratio, recruit more faculty, especially in large public universities, and also increase global presence. How do you increase global presence? That is allowing foreign students to engage here, allowing foreign faculties to be teaching here, etc., etc., can increase the word of mouth, can increase the outcome of the education in India. Allow recruitment of foreign faculty and attract international students through outreach and scholarships. This is not only helping in the education but also helps in building the soft power. Okay, soft power is one of the chief currency of international relations or diplomacy at the current context now. So not only helps in the improvement of education, but also helps in improvement of soft power of India and the presence of India at the global level. So these should be taken care along with strengthening industry linkages, that is expand career services, internships and employer partnerships, foster campus sustainability, that is the means should also be taken care of, incorporate green infrastructure, energy efficiency and water conservation measures, and also need to address institutional issues, that is bringing institutional reforms. Greater autonomy, governance reforms and performance based funding can incentivize the quality. Okay, so the QS university ranking has given the given how universities are performed and also provided with the where there has been improvement, where there are fallbacks or drawbacks and how it should be addressed. So this has been addressed or answered in a UPSC mains answer manner. So these points become very important for you. There can be easily a question on like higher education in India, its status and its challenges, etc., etc. So that question can be answered in this regard with the data as well as way forward. So if you like the video and if you think you got anything out of it, then please hit the like button, comment on it and also share with your friends. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and also click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind.